Hurdle form at 11-2, very similar to Whisper. Bellshill is talented but fell in schooling just the other day at sixes, and it's 12-1 bar, including 007 at 14-1. The big question once again then here, who has the license to thrill?
We'll see if it's 007 shortly. Princess Royal here, and AP she absolutely loves her racing, doesn't she?
She does. I was very honoured. She gave me my knighthood, Ed, but she loves the racing, very knowledgeable, and she'll be...
His opinion, Luke, are you for or against?
I'm afraid I've got
there, Mick, for them to start. Now it's going to be a standing start. Just to explain what happens next.
Well, the big thing is here, Roger Loughran was doing his very best in a cappella bourgeois to try and hold him. But at the same time, you know, if you're on a front runner and you think he might nick a length, you've got to try and do it. But the big thing is here now, we've seen a grey horse just being kicked by Alpha des Oboe. So they'll just have to make sure that the horse is okay. He missed him, actually. So hopefully it'll be none the worse for that. And we've got a cappella bourgeois. They'll have to wait now, and they'll have to stand and go. And you can see Alpha des Oboe out on his own over there. He'll have to turn round and get straight. A cappella bourgeois will have to get straight as well. He's not going to let them go until they're all given a fair chance to go. A cappella bourgeois very wound up at this stage. For a front runner, that's not ideal. They've still got to get that tape across, and the starter's got to be happy that he's got to get them in a straight line. And you can see Robbie Supple's view. It's a bird's eye view. He's got to be happy that all of these boys have to come back. See the orange and white pole? They've all got to be behind that. Walk in an orderly fashion. They'll have to get the tapes across as well. We'll just give them a chance to do that.
Stay there. Get out of the way then.
I think we'll be away.
Roger, I'm not going to use the tape, but you got to let me put the flag up.
The rules are a standing start now, which is always a bit puzzling, to be honest, but we've had this problem. Remember Zabana, who unseated his rider right at the start, Davy Russell, so he'll be casting an eyes on Whisper, but it's very difficult. Not much room to manoeuvre. As I say, they don't walk in the same way. It's meant to be a standing start. It's all a little bit messy, to be honest, the part of the rules that don't seem. We're going to hear the instructions as much as we can from the starter. He's happy, he's let them go, and to be fair, it's a pretty good start in the circumstances. An a cappella bourgeois and Alpha des Oboe with Might Bite lead them towards the first, at which Whisper was just a little bit slow. So, after that all shenanigans, we move away from the stands, and Might Bite is matching strides with a cappella bourgeois, who was completely unaccompanied when he won last time from a very early stage, and he may well, a cappella bourgeois, try to repeat these tactics, but Might Bite's having none of it as they rise at the second, and Might Bite took it really well. They're all over it with Heron Heights, the early back marker. So now they turn away from the stands, another plain one before we get to the water jump, and Might Bite out in front, leading from a cappella bourgeois. Racing in third place at this stage is Royal Vacation. And just behind these we have Marinero, who is towards the inside as they take that obstacle, and Marinero's gone. Marinero blunders and unseats the rider fairly spectacularly there as they head on towards another fence, which is a water jump, and they include Marinero, who is jumping with them loose and gave it plenty of daylight, got in the way of our camphor at the back of the field and causing a little bit of mayhem, and as a result of that, we're now stringing out Sam Twiston-Davis's jockey cam, showing that he's got a fair bit in our camphor after that incident to get back in touch with the leaders. But we've still got an awful long way to go. Might Bite leading from, in second place, Alpha des Oboe. A cappella bourgeois towards the outside is in third place ahead of Royal Vacation. 007 comes next from Briary Bell and Whisper. The loose horse impeded Aurillac at the back of the field, so it's causing a bit of mayhem for those towards the rear. Bellshill still held up early with Heron Heights, as the drone shows them climbing towards the next obstacle. So Might Bite out in front. Good leap by Alpha des Oboe. And the front three just beginning to get away from their other rivals. And Aurillac has rather spat the dummy after being impeded by that loose horse, and is now quite a long way behind even some of those that are struggling to lie up with the three leaders. So after a few early alarms, they now begin to run downhill. Might Bite it is who shows the way from a cappella bourgeois and Alpha des Oboe, and they are a good 12 lengths clear from Royal Vacation, 007 and Whisper, who's moved through into sixth. Briary Bell comes next with Bellshill, our camphor, and the back two are Heron Heights and Aurillac as they make their way to the fence that's taken on the downhill, or it just plateaus when they actually rise and land, and a cappella bourgeois second didn't take it as well as the leader, but the whole field are once again over safely. So far it is only Marinero who has exited the scene. Pleased to say his rider appeared to get up and walk away perfectly okay. So Might Bite out in front, continuing to show the way for Nico de Boinville. Alpha des Obeaux lit up for Brian Cooper up on the outside of Acapella Bourgeois. Roger Loughran. These three remain with a clear advantage, although not quite so big as it was over Royal Vacation, who is in 4th. 007 is in 5th as they rise at the first of the pair up the straight. Whisper with Bellshill, who's making significant progress, Bellshill, through the field. Then our Camphor. Briery Bell has lost a little bit of ground as the three leaders take that, and Aurillac is also tailed off. So Marinero's departure has rather strung this field out, and plenty of the principals are right at the head of affairs here.
Ironically, we were talking about Might Bite's jumping AP, but he's jumped beautifully.
It's been pretty good so far. And normally when they're strung out like this, I don't know what the clock says, but when they're strung out like that, that normally means they're going a good gallop.
So with a circuit to run, then Might Bite, Richard, takes them along at a decent gallop.
He does, and those chasing have got to decide if there's something that can take them through the field or whether they have to do the donkey work. It's Might Bite and Acapella Bourgeois still lead from Alpha des Obeaux. Royal Vacation accompanied by the Loose Horse Marinero as they head towards another plane one. Then 007 just ahead of Bellshill as they all take that. Bellshill continues with Whisper to creep through the field. Our Camphor's still going. Also still going is Heron Heights, and still this gap back to Briery Bell and Aurillac. So racing towards the water jump for the final time. Might Bite's got into a lovely rhythm out in front. Continues to show the way from Acapella Bourgeois. About 3 lengths back to Alpha des Obeaux, who is in 3rd place. All the time Bellshill is making ground towards the outside of the field as they reach an open ditch. Bellshill's jumped through into 4th with 007. Towards the back of the field. Again, a mistake there by Briery Bell. Heron Heights is beginning to struggle as well as they continue their turn away. So out in front, Might Bite leads from Acapella Bourgeois. Alpha des Obeaux still with about 4 lengths to find on the principals. Then a little cluster of about 5 horses as our Camphor, I think, is about to be pulled up at the rear of the field. Bellshill on the outside of 007. They're now in 4th and 5th places with Whisper, Royal Vacation and Heron Heights. So Might Bite is over 4 from the finish. Out in front from Acapella Bourgeois. All the time, Bellshill continues to make good progress on the outside of the 3rd placed Alpha des Obeaux, who's lost significant ground. Whisper and 007 and Might Bite turns downhill with a lead that's growing at the moment, at least over Acapella Bourgeois. All the time, Bellshill for Ruby Walsh is closing in the black and beige colours. He's being tracked by Whisper. Alpha des Obeaux is still in that cluster, then 007, and Heron Heights looks like the only other one continuing. So Might Bite heading down towards the 3rd last. A big leap is about 10 clear. Bellshill's going to have to go off in pursuit in a moment or two, as is Whisper, and they now both come out of the pack to give chase to what is a clear leader. So Might Bite heads back towards the 2nd last, still with a lead of 12 lengths. Whisper's pushing along, Bellshill's back in 3rd, and Might Bite at this stage is keeping up the gallop. Whisper's trying hard to close, but is still 12 lengths down. Bellshill in 3rd, hasn't found a great deal. Might Bite towards the 2nd last delivers another fine leap. Whisper's still 15 lengths back, and Nicky Henderson 1-2 with Bellshill. Alpha des Obeaux, this is the last, and again, just as at Kempton, he makes a mistake, but this time he's to the other side. He is getting the wobbles. He's drifting over to the near side, pulling himself up. Whisper now draws alongside. Might Bite might have thrown this away. Whisper joins in. Might Bite rallies. He might get pulled out of the fire. Whisper and Might Bite to the line. It's close. Might Bite could well have snatched defeat, then victory from the jaws of both. Whisper was right alongside. Bellshill is in 3rd place, and then in 4th place was Alpha des Obeaux. Nicky Henderson's won the race, but with which horse? Might Bite got over the last, but only just. When Whisper joined him, he rallied, even strides. I think Might Bite, by the skin of his chin, may have beaten Whisper. The race is never over till they go past the line. The swings of fortune, they're just playing that on the big screen, that went through the run in there. It ebbed and flowed, but Might Bite may have blundered at the last, nearly thrown it away, and now he's going to unseat the rider.
Unbelievable. You get drama at Cheltenham. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Never seen that dramatic. AP and I were all the way around what we were saying. He's going too fast, he's going too fast, he's going to empty.
They went a good gallop, and it looked to me like he turned in, he was running in empty, and I was hoping the loose horse would come to him, and then he did what he did at Kempton, only he stood up this time. He put down at the last, and in fair justice to him, he rallied when Whisper got past him. And
what do you think? Was he just getting...
Here we go.
First place. First, number 7, Might Bite.
Might Bite wins it.
Let's go back.
He got back up. Nicky Henderson was probably happy either way, but yeah.
That was extraordinary.